I'm hoping you can hear me. We are going to get started. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. We are going to be doing a 6x6 one-sheet wonder, and we're going to get started on that right away. But before we do that, I want to show you a new thing that I got today. I'm going to flip this over and put a piece of gray cardstock here. I got the My Sweet Petunia precision glue press. I have had my eye on this for quite a while because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I have issues with squeezing glue bottles. So I wanted to give this a try. And you get this stand. I'm going to put this back together so you can see how it comes. It has this stand, and in the bottom here, this little pink thing is a silicone disc that actually seals the needle tip of your glue. And it comes preloaded with one glue, and it comes also with an empty bottle. And you just take your lid off, and there's a little lid holder here, and it just sits in here. And you can, I'm going to bring this up close to the camera, or hopefully I'm in camera view here, and I'm going to show you how fine or how thick you can make your glue. And that is just by the amount of pressure you put on the trigger. And it's very, very easy to use. Anyway, anybody who has trouble with their hands, I highly recommend it. And the bonus is you get the bottle so that you can put the Tombow, the good green glue, into the bottles. So I am going to be trying that out tonight. And we are going to be doing a one-sheet wonder making 6 cards. I have making 3 cards. The one-sheet wonder makes 3 cards. I've already done 3 before the video, so you'll have 6 to look at. As you can see, I did not cut any paper because I wanted to do it together. All right, so we are going to start with Blueberry Bushel. And we are going to put this into our trimmer, and we are going to score at 4 1/4. Make sure I got it straight. So there is the 4 1/4. Now we're going to rotate it, and we are going to cut it in half at 5 1/2. That's going to give us 2 card bases. And now I'm going to take one of these, and I am going to take 1 inch off it. Okay, we're just going to keep that piece. So now this is what we have, and I know this is hard for you to see, so I'm just going to fold them so that they'll fit in the camera view and you can see them. So those are the 2 blue ones. We're also going to take a piece of basic white, and we are going to cut this down to 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I'm going to put that aside for a minute. And now we are going to score this one at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Let's get that cutting blade out of the way. 1 1/4, and now we're going to rotate so I can go over to 4 1/4. All right, there is that card base. I'm just going to set that aside. And while I have my trimmer out, I'm going to do the rest of my cutting. We are going to take a piece of 6x6 DSP. The only thing I'm going to caution you about is direction. If your paper has direction, this first step, your pattern has to be upright, and you have to cut the first strip off the top. Okay, so we are going to cut this down to 5 1/4. Sorry, 5 1/2. 5 1/2. We are going to cut it to 5 1/2. So we'll just take that little strip and put that aside. And now we are going to cut these down into 2-inch strips. 2, 2, and 2. Now these ones are going to stay as is. Now I'm going to cut this one down into 2 1-inch strips. I think that moved. Yes, it did. There we go. 2 1-inch strips. And we are going to cut one of these down to 5 1/4. And I think I need to cut this one down to 5 1/4 as well. All right. We have all of those bits. Now we need to have 2 pieces of basic white that are 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. These are pre-cut. That one's not quite cut right, so we'll fix that. So 2 pieces at 4 by 5 1/4. I must have been half asleep when I cut this paper. There we go. And we need one at 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So 3 1/2 by, well, that didn't work. Let's try again. All right, let's do the 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. All right, I think we have all our bits, and I think I can get rid of the paper trimmer, at least for now. All right, now I'm going to bring in a bone folder, and we are going to score our card bases. So this one folds like a standard card, but then this is going to fold back just to give it a little interest. Okay, so we have this one, and while we're here, we're going to do some stamping on this first one. And I, just for the sake of time, brought in the color and contour set. This one is so quick and easy. So I am going to, oh, I guess I've got them already loaded on the blocks. I am going to bring in the Blueberry Bushel ink pad and the Memento Black ink pad. And I am going to use the outline stamp just to stamp some flowers down this edge, so we have some interest down that side. So I'm not being too fussy, to be honest. Oh, I got a little smudge there off my finger. Oops. So I'm going to put this one way over here to try to cover that up a little bit. And this one will just fit in there. All right. Now we're going to take the blue flower and we are just simply going to stamp, twist, and stamp. This one's what I'm calling my artsy fartsy card. If you're looking for perfection, this stamp set is not for you. If you're looking for interest and detail and kind of a funky look, you will love it. All right, there's that. I'm going to close up these ink pads before I get any more catastrophes happening. I'm going to see if I can get this little smudge off with my sand eraser. There we go, that's not so bad. All right, now I need to find this little blob. I'm going to use it for the center of the flowers. And we are going to use Daffodil Delight. I want bright, happy cards. So we're just going to go boom, boom on each one of those. Fill in those centers and see how that makes that blue pop. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, my friends, we are going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Bear with me a second while I move this out of the way and let that dry. And I want to clean up this ink before I have it all over something else. Because that's just the kind of day I have been having. That would probably happen. Okay. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm using the new, coming out March 1st, Fun Patterns. There's 2 patterns in the mini folder, and one of them just happens to be a floral pattern. So I'm going to take this leftover strip of cardstock that we cut off, and I'm going to put it in the folder, and we are going to run this through the mini and get some texture on here. Maybe. Oh, I've got them wrong. Sorry, I know I'm off camera, but this slipped on me. There we go. 1 and 3. And the letter E. This is the hint, is to have your plates, top and bottom plates, out further than your middle so that it'll go through smoothly. And look at the magic. Isn't that pretty? Let me bring the light so you can see that better. Very pretty. I love that one. All right, that's it for embossing. Now, what did I do with my card? Here we go. So, we're going to put this strip right on here. Pretty that up a little bit. All right, and we're going to take one of these 2-inch, I got that wrong, So this one should have been 5 1/4, not 5 1/2. There we go. And we have two options. We can go with the gingham or the plaid. I like the plaid in this instance. And we're just going to center that. Matching borders on 3 sides. And then I'm going to add some glue to this flap, and we're going to glue it shut. How cool is that? Pretty cool. All right, now we need some ribbon, and I haven't picked any, if you can believe that. I have not picked any. Now I have some Daffodil Delight ribbon. I wonder what this would look like. That's kind of in your face. I don't like it. All right, let's go with tried and true, just white ribbon. Can't go wrong with just white ribbon. And I'm just going to pull some off. And I think this time I'm just going to do a knot. Where's my tweezers? I need a second set of hands here. There we go. Did you get your backsplash picked out, Carol? Now, wooden scissors. All right, so there is that. Now, to finish this one off, I am going to use a butterfly, one of the paper butterflies. I have one left here. I think it may be too large, but we'll have a look. Oh, I think we can get away with that. What do you think? Too big, or can I get away with it? I have others, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. Let's find some mini glue dots, and we will. I've got myself into this little tiny area. I've got absolutely no room. All right, I'm just going to use mini glue dots on the back side of this butterfly to attach it to our card. Oops, missed one. One more should do it. Right there. There we go. All right. Let's pick him up. And this one I am not going to put a greeting on. That way I can use it for whatever occasion I want. But for embellishment, I'm going to do something different. Not in that it's going to be a different embellishment, but in that it's the placement. I'm going to use the smallest rhinestone, and I'm going to make the rhinestones the flower centers. There just happens to be 3 flowers, full flowers, that are showing, and it coordinates with the silver in the ribbon. So that is my reasoning behind that. All right, that is card 1. And we have a nice place inside to write our greeting. All right, card number 2. Where did I put my bases? Here we go. Card number 2. This one we need to have 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. For the outside, we need to have, man, I cut that one wrong too. Well, good thing they're all big. Let's cut this down. Nope, not quite. Think that'll do it. Yep, there we go. So I am going to pop this on first. And I shouldn't have done that because I have to do some stamping, but that's okay. I will use my Stamparatus so I don't have to worry about it. All right. Now these 1-inch strips, I'm going to put one here and one here. And both of them are too long. I'm going to put them together and cut those off. So we'll put one here on that piece, like so, and one here on this piece, like so. Dress it up, but I think this one we're going to flip it to the gingham side. We don't want them all the same. We got 2 sides to this beautiful paper, so let's use it. And lay that in place. Now we're going to put this on the card first. And oops, dropsies. And we'll go down this side, matching our borders. And then this will go on the inside of the card. All right, now this one we need to do some stamping, and I am going to wing it. I'm going to risk it. I have my card put together, but I am going to stamp on it. Just make sure my block is well inked. And this greeting is from the Color and Contour. It says, "Thank you for everything." And now, this is the one I worry about. This is the one I worry about. Cross your fingers. I'm going to turn it sideways. There we go. I lucked out on that one. All right, I need light blueberry bushel because my flowers are going to be blue. And this is a very super simple image to color. I'm actually going to use the brush tip because it will fill in much faster. I love this blueberry bushel. It's such a pretty jewel tone and it's just so happy. I like it. All right, there's that. And I'm just going to grab Granny Apple Green. And color in these funny looking leaves, just like that. That's it. That's all we have to do. Now, I wonder if I've got any blue twine. I don't think I have anything close. No, I don't. All right, we're going to go with this white ribbon again. And I think I'm going to make a tiny, tiny bow, or attempt to. There we go. Oh, isn't that cute? Super cute. We'll trim down those tails. Find our glue dots again. All right, a couple more so that that bow doesn't get distorted. There we go. And there is our second card. All right, we're zooming right along. We have one more to go, and in my opinion, this one's the easiest one. So let's bring in our card base. Let me get rid of this garbage. And we are going to need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of our card. So we're going to pop that on right away. And we are going to need another piece, 4 by 5 1/4 for the front of the card. All right, so we are going to glue this piece to the front of our card. On an angle. Just like so. And then we're going to get our old yucky glue scissors. And we are going to trim off the edges. There we go. Now we are going to take this ribbon. Oh, that ribbon, you can't see it very well. Let me gander here for a moment. Let's see what I can find. I know what I'll do. I'll color it. What did I do with that blend? Let's color it and make it blue. Because we can. I'm going to need quite a bit because I'm going to go across the card. And then I'm going to make a bow as well. So we'll just customize a good length of this. Let's see how much I need. So for across the card, I need like that much. I think we need to do a little more for a bow. There we go. And we'll cut that off. All right. Not totally tickled, but all right. So for this one, I am going to take and wrap the ribbon around the center to the back side. And it's going to go crazy here on the back, but that's okay. I'm going to use a piece of tear and tape to hold that in place. If you have Scotch tape, you can use Scotch tape. I just don't have any right here with me at this moment. So just put tear and tape there. And then it's going to go down and across. And we'll put another piece of tear and tape here. And then we'll just cut off what we don't need. All right. We need a greeting. How about so very happy for you. Let's use that one. Oh, let's use this one. You're absolutely amazing. Let me grab a block here. We will get this ink pad open. And hopefully I will be able to stamp this straight. You're absolutely amazing. Like so. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's put this on the front of our card. And then we have to finish our bow. And figure out if we're going to put anything else on the front besides the bow. And we need a bigger bow here. Ooh, I just have enough. There we go. What did I do with those glue dots? Let's pop that right there. couple down here. Well, come on. There we go. And ribbon scissors. All right. Now what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We need a little something, something, don't we? Well, let's look in our bits box. We may have something in our bits box that will work. Wrong color blue. We've got lots of purple. Lots of deer. We don't seem to have too much down there. I've been using lots and lots of stuff in there. So let's just put a flower there. Let's just put a flower. I am going to ink this one up, and I know this is dangerous. And then I'm going to, you notice that I used the same color there. That was intentional. And now we need that little yellow fellow. The little yellow fellow. There we have it. All right, let me close these ink pads up and get all this stuff out of the way so that we can bring in all our cards plus the ones I made earlier. All right. I don't know if I'm done with those yet or not, but anyway, let's get this out of the way. So there is card number 1. And I see something I have to do. Sorry. I was going to bring the other card in, and it looks very bare compared to this one. So I'm going to clean these stamps, and we're going to fix it. I'm going to pull out the Berry Burst ink, and we're going to fix it. This is the one that I made before, and I'm just going to do the same thing we just did with the blue one. I like that flower down here. And we'll close this up. And just for time's sake, I'll grab the daffodil marker. There we go. Looks much better with the flower down there. So there's those two. And then we have the blueberry with the butterfly and the Berry Burst with the butterfly. One has a knot, one has a bow. And then we have the blueberry with this flower. And then the berry burst. And I think I will add some rhinestones to these, but I think they turned out really cute. And making just 3 at a time is really, really easy to do with a 6x6 DSP. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these cards tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye for now.